well. We had lots of snow today. We had to clean it up. We had snow on top of the hoop houses and sidewalks and everything, so we had to do a little bit of shoveling. They expected a lot more. I'm not too worried about the snow being on here because it slides off nicely. I'm more concerned about the big hoop house. Even though we didn't get a lot of snow, I expect more accumulation. So more accumulation on accumulation, and who knows how much melted and what kind of ice is on there. So I figured I'd clean that up too. So it was supposed to be sunny. Not supposed to be sunny a couple of days ago, but it was. So we've had about 3 days of nice 85 degrees temperatures inside the hoop houses. So we're going to take a nice look inside these hoop houses. Nothing's growing in a big greenhouse, big hoop house. We're not going to look at this. We're just going to look at these things, see how everything's going. We'll do an update of the indoor garden and see how our plants are doing in there. So let's go take a look and see how everything's doing. We can be surprised together. Show off and then we'll go inside the greenhouse. Alrighty, there we go. Okay, so everything's still nice and green in here. Doing well. I should mention that our temperatures have been frigid, and last night she got really cold. I think we went down to -20 last night, so it's quite frigid. So hey, looks like we got a couple more flowers here. So that's all doing. That bean that was up last week wasn't up. Somehow it got pushed up, maybe not too sure why, so I buried it. So we really don't have any of the beans coming up yet. I might start them inside. In the past we've put beans in, nothing happened, gave up on them, and then lo and behold they popped up as soon as the weather was nicer. Now I'm not going to bother opening this, I don't think. Everything's doing well in there, so we'll just won't worry about this. Also, nothing's really growing in there. It's stabilized, so let's open this one up. All right, let's start with this one. We cut this one back to see what would happen. It looks like it just got damaged, but it was kind of in the way of this one. Things are starting to wilt here. It's been pretty cold, like I say, -20s, but we had those 85s in the greenhouse. This nice little board here. We've got a nice little 2x4. It's very nice to sit on it. Okay, let's take a look at sweet peas. Doing well, seeing we had nothing here last time we had a video. I think we had one just sort of happening. Again, we had -20s the other day. We are gonna put some slug bait down in here because we've got something having a good old time on these plants, even here in January, end of January. So everything is wilted, but we'll be fine and survive. Some of these plants, obviously these Paris lettuce, are much more sturdy than this other type. So I'm not going to grow these. These actually came up with the seeds that fell off the plants. I didn't plant these, so I can't complain. But these are much Paris lettuce is much better at handling this cold weather we've been having. Let's see what we got for beans on here. I don't know about this one. It looks like he had a bit of a rough time, but we'll see. Everything is you can tell what the cold does to the plants, huh? All right. So now let's take a look at our beets. The beets are definitely getting bigger. I'm just wondering how so they are getting bigger and coming up. More of them are coming up also. I don't know if you can see that. Coming up here. A note about the dill. We've had an insect eating that and chewing away at the stem. So again, we're gonna get the slug bait in there and see if it'll make any difference. But it's really been giving it hell. So we'll have to do something about that before that entire plant is gone. These guys, it hasn't found these ones yet. He's but it will. You can compare videos and see how much bigger. But definitely got some new growth coming up here for the dill. Dill seems to be doing really well. Rutabaga is doing fine. Really don't have to weed these out, I don't think. I'll keep an eye on these. None of the seeds dropped. You know, they got too close to the others, so you should get some good growth. I'm wondering, take a look at the soil here. It's soft, so we can get right in there. I'm always concerned about the beets, you know, when they want to grow and they're trying to grow through hard soil, that maybe they'll just grow thin and not grow into an actually radish. So these are radishes, sorry. These are radishes. Onions are doing fine. And of course, there's no sunshine today, so it's basically the same temperature, a little bit warmer than it is outside. So that's how everything is doing in here. So, okay. Well, just to take a look at your blackberry bush, it doesn't get spared from the weather, but it's a remarkable plant or bush. When the sun comes out in a few days, or maybe next week, or whenever that happens, it'll be interesting to see if we still have green leaves. It goes too far for the kale. Kale doesn't get spared the snow and the weather. We're a little bit more sheltered on this side of the building with the wind and stuff, but you could see the snow is really all over the plant. Yet this thing somehow just keeps growing as soon as she warms up. Now, we haven't had any warm temperatures in a little bit above freezing for these outdoor plants, so it'll be interesting to see. Although it's been sunny, it's been very, very cold. Like I say, -7s. Yeah, with the sunshine though, we've actually had some melt. So yeah, so things were melting even though it was cold out. So let's go grab that shovel, put it away, and let's go inside. Okay, we have moved some plants up by the windows. These look like they have been unsuccessful. They look like they're dry, but they're not. They've got some moisture with them. This light dries them out. The California Wonders, the blue spinach, more jalapeno peppers, and the lettuce. Doesn't look like anything happened there. So this light is quite warm. It does dry out the soils pretty quick. I had put water on this tray and had this all moist and just sucked it up. So I'll put some more water in this tray and consider maybe replanting. I might do the paper towel technique for these seeds to see what kind of germination rate they have, and also if they germinate, I might even stick the germinated seeds inside these pots and see what comes up. I'm reasonably certain that is not a jalapeno pepper, but we'll see. Okay, well, we don't have a lot of sunshine today, but enough natural light to get these a little bit accustomed to actual sunshine. This is our cilantro. It has the second leaves now, so we could fertilize these anytime. And I'll see it'll be interesting to see how quickly these do come up. It is the 30th today, so it'll be interesting to see after fertilization what kind of progress. These were all planted, everything here, all these plants were planted on the 16th of January. These are the Thai peppers. They look like they're ready to be transplanted out or thinned. We have a new one coming up, so maybe I shouldn't give up on those other plants that quickly, those other pepper plants, because this one just popped up last night. So maybe giving up is the wrong idea. So they're give you an idea how big they are. Does this help with the height of these? Yeah. So they do look a little leggy, but they have been underneath that light. So we'll see how they make out. Sweet potato. I was concerned the sweet potato might have had some root control put on it. I do see a root right growing there, so I'll give it that. There is a root there. I believe we've got some roots coming up, so there may be some hope for this plant after all. So last year I started these in November, and it was really quite early. So we had really long slips. It was really good. It was a little early, so this year we started these in January. Pepper plant. I can continue to water this pepper plant, but I don't expect much. All right, let's take a look at these ones over here. We have got our rutabaga. We've got two, it looks like maybe another one coming up. All right, we have the dwarf lettuce with 100% germination, we believe. And they've got their second leaves, so they are ready for the fertilizer. This is our broccoli. They are starting their second leaves too, so they're ready for fertilizer now, or any time now. And we have a new one popping up here too, so this looks like we're having great success with the broccoli. And here we've got more rutabaga. Okay, so this is the rutabaga, the other one was kohlrabi. So rutabaga, kohlrabi. And they're a little young yet for fertilizer, still feeding off the seed. So that's doing, so everything is, I've showed you is the progression. Let's take a look at our bougainvillea. And it just keeps getting higher and higher. Now that is 6 feet high now. I don't know how high it was before, but it's just shooting up. It's getting beautiful sunshine. A few sunny days we had probably was a great help. And then we have our other plant here, hibiscus. It's still producing plants. And yeah, so they didn't die. We expected them to die. Some snail bait from Amazon. We'll be trying this in the garden. I don't expect the snails to be moving around too much with the 0 temperature, but as soon as that sun comes out, they'll be moving. And I'm going to put some of this down, and maybe we'll have better luck if I get an early start. And maybe in the spring, sprinkle some of this stuff. I believe I got quite a bit here. Hopefully we'll have some more success in controlling the snails. Also, I bought a bag of blood meal. Really good for a number of plants. Do your research. We like to put these in with some of the heavier feeders. So it's blood meal. The last stuff we got smelt. I'm sure this one will too. But we put it underneath the plants when we put them in the garden. We'll take a handful or some of this, put it at the bottom of the garden. It's granule, and put the plant on top of it. And as it grows and as this stuff breaks down, it becomes fertilizer for the plants over the long haul. And some of them, like our peppers, we like eggshells and blood meal. I believe works really well. Again, do your research. Okay, and that's our update for our garden. Okay, well, that's our garden. That's our weather out here. We got another cold day. We're supposed to have more cold coming. Supposed to get more snow this afternoon. Wonderful January. It's funny, we've had really nice weather, and then all of a sudden the daylights are going longer. It gets darker later all the time. But what we've noticed is it's getting colder. Funny how that works, huh? Okay, well, I'll see you guys later. Bye for now.